if you can hear that noise in the background, that'll be Schneal making a cup of coffee, no doubt. Say hello,
Yeah,
Schneal.
sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Hello.
So we're back on the map maker. Apologies if you caught my partly kind of parts of my other map. I did try to broadcast all of it. There was a few issues. I couldn't get all of the videos to work for some reason. They weren't broadcasting, and I missed a big chunk of it. And one of them stopped broadcasting. It was a nightmare. So I missed big chunks of that. So I do apologise for that. But if you want to check it out, it's called Asylum 2. It's on the PS4, and you should be able to find it if you search Asylum 2. If not, just search Devildrive, and it will pop up. So if you want to check out that map, that's where you find it. In the arcade mode, obviously. So this is our second map that I'm starting to build. Another repeat build. This is a kind of a remake of another one of my older maps, just because I'm running out of ideas of what to do. And I wanted to challenge myself and build something a little bit more difficult and a bit of fabricated kind of style, this one. So what I've done is I'm going to build the Event Horizon from the film. Anybody who's played Far Cry 2 will know my map, Event Horizon. It's one of my better ones, I think. The trouble is, because it is completely fabricated, it is all, it's all set in space, obviously, so I don't use the terrain. I cut the terrain away. As you can see here, I kept a little bit just so I've got the grid for scale and things like that, but that's basically what you're going to see without the grid, just blackness and stars. Eventually when it's finished. So I've just started. At the moment I'm doing the long ass corridor that's linking the two halves of the ship together, aft and stern, which I haven't even began to build yet because it's really tricky. It turns out fabricating stuff is incredibly finicky and frustrating and just really irritating. Our good friend Cyanide is the master at fabricating things, and I am not. I can make things look really pretty out the land, but doing things like this is way beyond what I'm really normally capable of. So it would be nice to do something a little bit difficult, challenge myself, and hopefully it will turn out alright in the end. Very long project. You see, I've just started finishing little pieces off. What I'm trying to do at the moment is rebuild this section here, using various different techniques, because when I clone this, I'll show you what happens when I clone it. Normally you think, oh, I'll just build this little section, clone it, put it there, clone it, put it there, and build a long corridor. But if I do that, this happens. Let's grab a piece, pick it up, clone it, and boom, it all goes to shit. I don't know why that's doing that, so if anybody knows why that's happening, please let me know, because I'm stumped. I can't fix it. I don't know what's going on with it, and it's really annoying. So to get around it, I figured I'll try some things out to find out what this problem is. So I'm going to rebuild this little tiny section here over here. I'm also going to widen these sections up here as well to make this interior a little bit bigger. Hopefully that will work. I've got some things in here for scale reference, ruler type things, so I know everything's all lined up properly. And this is what we've got so far. And Neil's here for moral support, isn't he, Neil?
Yes.
Oh. That gives me something to talk to.
Um,
Can you see what I mean now, Neil? I've done that little section.
yeah, no, I'm looking at the triangle bit there.
Oh yeah. There is a
Right,
slight
out of that
delay.
triangle, if you had 8 of them,
Mm-hmm.
you could actually make your own octagon.
Yep, I can do. I could make the octagon first and then fit everything to that and then just clone it all the way along.
Well,
Um,
no, what I was thinking is you could use that to get your angles right on all the bits. So
yeah,
you make that octagon out of the triangles and then use that as your template, but everything goes up against it.
yep. I know what I mean. Yep. Thing is, they've got an inside and an outside. So the outside would fit like so. Yeah, no, that would work. All right, well, let's give that a go then. Let's make an octagon. I think with fabricating stuff like this, because you've got nothing to go by, it's good, like Neil said, to get a template. Something to measure. I mean, I've been using this little piece here, just because it's got a grid on it. I've been using that to line everything up with, so I know everything's straight. Because when you're doing a big corridor like this, if you've got a tiny little section here that's just slightly out, and you do match it all the way down to here, by the time you get to this part, right at the end, that little tiny section is grown and grown and grown, and by the time you get here, you'll be massively out, and then you'll have to fuck about and fiddle a bit the whole and move every single piece, which I don't want to do. I want to make a tiny little section, clone it, and then just go all the way down. So this is why I'm doing this. I'm using pieces that I've just put in. I'm going to put each piece in. I select the
You
piece,
see,
put
what
it
I was
in, and
thinking is if
then
you make your octagon, you can use that as a template, but clone it, and then where the bits are going to overlap, you just put your other template in, so it's overlapping both bits,
yeah, that's
so you can
true.
make sure that it is perfectly lined up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've lost my others. Okay,
Your
so
brain,
grab
yeah, I know.
this. I lost my little triangle piece. So let's move that, and then tilt it that way around. Should be on the floor or anything like it. See if I make
Um,
the top bit, and then I could just clone it. I think that was alright actually. That wasn't too bad. It seemed to work out alright. Little minimal gap, but it's kind of straight all the way up. Yep, okay. Don't want to be doing that, do I? Octagon, not a fucking diamond.
no, you want to start like that,
Why?
because then your next bit,
I need a gap in the top, so let me
yes, but you do the gap.
line it
You
up.
do your straight bit now going across.
The grid. What do you mean?
Right. You take your next triangle. Yeah, no, leave them together. Then your
Right.
next one, you line up the two slopes on top of each other.
What?
Right.
Get a
If you put
triangle.
the
What do
two
you mean?
slopes, yeah, but if you look at the gap, you want a square. So to make it a perfect square, you use the two triangles in there. Then
Uh,
everything's the same length and all that.
no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Right. You know how to make a square out of two triangles, yeah?
Well, yeah, you just had two on the bottom bit and
Right.
then twist it.
Well,
Well,
that's what you do for that bit in the middle.
oh yeah, yeah. The thing is, if I did it that way, the roof, the floor, and the two sides are going to be the same length as this side of the
You
triangle.
only want it as a guide.
Yes, that's true. But then I'll have to. Alright, I'll do
What
that.
you'll find is roughly that gap in the middle will be perfect for what you want.
See, already it's jumping, and it shouldn't be jumping. You fucking asshole. See, this is what I don't like. I don't like the fact that I'll clone something and it'll just get all fucked up. See, it jumps to the side. It shouldn't jump to the side, and I don't know why it's doing that. It's alright doing stuff like this, but when it comes to grabbing a whole section of the hallway, let's turn that off.
What are you turning off?
Keep objects with terrain. I'm not moving the terrain, so it shouldn't matter, but it might stop it from looking like that. Oh, you son of a bitch. Why is that fucking moving like that now? I hate this. I absolutely fucking hate it. I don't know why I do this shit to myself.
Because you love it.
You know what? Already fucking pissed off with this. Excuse my French, boys and girls. Sorry if you are French. Right. You know what? Fuck it. That way. No, no, I didn't want to do that. Asshole. It's so annoying. The simplest. See, I didn't fucking want to do that. Fuck you. You can be gone. Fuck it. I don't know. Just know I've had enough of that bullshit. Just gonna go back to doing it by eye because that's just gonna be a lot simpler. If I can't even build the fucking template, how am I gonna build the ship? Right, so I need to get that to match that. Oh, that's annoying. It's probably going to mess up the thing. Yeah, it looks pissed, but as I found out doing that, that's an optical illusion because of the grid underneath it. So it's really hard to see if whether it is actually true or not, but it looks straight. So that's given us a bit of a wider thing. Oh, fuck off. Why are you doing that now? There we go. So now we've got a little bit more room to play with in here. So I could probably fit 2 of these next to each other. And there's our... gives us more room to run around in. Obviously this will be a lot higher so you can see out the windows like this. Or I could leave it like this. Just one long bit. Or, I don't know. What do you reckon, Neil? I mean, I could just use this piece here and just extend this side out. Double up on the windows above and below at the bottom.
No, I kind of like the 2 wide platform.
Yeah, but I could use this tunnel that I've already created here. Extend each piece out a little bit. Add another platform. I think instead of building the whole entire thing, yeah, I'm going to do that. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It's just going to be a lot easier.
Question is though, is there enough room to run underneath that platform as well?
Nope.
Damn.
By doing this though, I can do that. I can make it so that you can if you want.
You know I like my little hidey areas.
So you
Run
can't...
down, pop up behind people and kill them. Namely you.
Only me. I mean, my old one you could do that. But there was a little section at the back there where you can go down underneath and snipe people from underneath. But I mean, you can crawl underneath it. So I could probably make it out. And you can even walk up the sides as well. So. But you can't fall down it. And this is going to have like a railing on it as well anyway, I think. Just to stop people falling off, but there's nothing to stop them jumping off, I guess. So I could do that.
Yeah, the roof should stop them from jumping off of that.
Yeah. So I need to take this out. And grab this whole section. And take off these bits. We don't need that or that. No, that. What?
Well, I'm just looking at
Window. Okay, so that should just be
the angles and that of those of the roof and that.
Yeah. What about it?
Well, each one of those is meant to be a perfect 45-degree angle.
Yeah, and they are. Well, they were, except for this side here, because I had to move that out slightly just to make enough space so I can use this fucking doorway.
So, well, you've got squares at the bottom, so if you were to put something straight standing up on the floor on the edge of one of the squares, then you could lean
Oh, yeah, that's true.
up against it and you'd get the perfect angle.
Yeah, well, these were the perfect 45 degrees because I used the edit parameters and put them all at the exact right angle, but I couldn't fit through this gap here where the stairs are. So I had to raise this section and then I had to move it at a slightly different angle so it will fit. By doing that, as you can see down here, there it is. I created that.
I take it you're using the glass on the top.
Yeah, just so people can look out
How
and see the
wide is it?
stars. It's about a
The
block,
bit
I
on the
think,
top.
about one block. Oh, no, it's smaller than a block. It's not that wide at all.
So, what if you had two of them together? Because you're on about widening it so you can have the two runways in.
That's what I'm doing now, yeah. So I'm going to move this one out. What I should have done is this first, really. So I'll extend that a little bit. Then I'll pick this up again. Try not to get all of the... Oh, would you look at that? And then pick it up, and then move it out to match that bit there. So there you go, that's my width. And then I just clone this. Clone it again. So there you go, that's my biggest section. I think that's a better fighting area, because if it's just one long tunnel, I've got nothing to, you can't put
Yeah,
things in
you
to
want to
hide
have
behind.
bits that you can put like down barrels and that, things
Yeah,
to hide behind.
so I could do that. If I build you a little section, I know you like your sneaky bits, I could build you a little section right at the end. So say this was the end here. I build little sort of stairs kind of coming off one bit to get underneath it. So then you can sneaky along underneath it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You can even put like fucking C4
You've
proxy
got a
mines
perfect
underneath.
sneak area. You've got to do it.
Yeah, okay, cool. So that's what I'll do is I'll get a rough shape first, and then I'll go back and all these little bits here like this. I'll tweak it and put every single bit in by hand, because it's got to be done by hand, because I can't fucking clone anything. And fix it all afterwards. So that's good. I'll save that because we've got progress. So that's progress. So now what I want to do is grab the rest of this and move the whole section out. That's a lot of shit to move. Have to do it bit by bit. Because I don't want to grab too much of it. Take that and that and that. The cloning issue is going to be just a fucking nightmare doing this, because if I can't clone pieces, it's just going to make life so much more difficult. When I should easily be able to just do one little section, clone it, and then move it along, clone it, and move it along to make a corridor. But it isn't going to work. Because it likes to make life difficult for me. I don't know why. Saeed was trying to work out how to do it as well, and he couldn't work out. He thought it was to do with the pivot point. So that red, green, blue arrow there, that's your pivot point. So when you grab something, camera goes over to that pivot point, but you can change it. So it will, not do that. He thought it was that was causing the issue with the Frankensteining, which is a good word for it.
I don't see why.
No, it turns out it wasn't that, because he'd done some investigation, and it turns out it was nothing to do with that. He did it regardless of what he did.
To me, that sounds more like a programming glitch.
I think it is. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of as it's a slight glitch. I mean, like, the only thing that he hasn't tried was I mean, you could put in. I literally, if I wanted to do these sections here, I could pick this, clone it, move it to that, clone that, move that down there, then move it again to get the right angles. Then
Mm.
it goes all Frankenstein. But if I picked a piece, generic shapes, walls, I pick my wall, put that in, pick it up, and then move it to the angle, and then do the same thing again. Go into the menu, pick the piece, put it down, move it to the angle, put it in position, and then do that 4 times. Then it should stop when you clone it. Why it does that, I don't know, but that's a long-winded way of doing shit.
Mm.
But if that's what I was going to try over there, but before I got distracted and started doing octagons and stuff. So yeah, I don't know really why it does stuff like that. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of is it being glitched. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of roughly stick these together. Kind of as good as I can get them. So I don't want too much fucking around later on. That's another thing as well. The more pieces of these I use, the more memory it takes up in each of these grids. So at some point I'm going to have to pick up the entire thing and move it right in this line here, right in the middle of it. So half of them are
Which
on this
line?
side. Okay, so you got 2 different grids. You got a purple grid and you got a turquoisey blue grid, or pink grid and a turquoise grid. Right. Your pink grid
Yeah.
is your budget, so you can only fit a certain amount of objects in that pink grid, that box there. Let's pick this box here. Okay.
Mhm.
So if I wanted to, at the moment I've got like this hallway in one of
That's
these
why I said you should be building it
boxes.
on one of those lines.
Yes, but the problem is in that big pink box there's 4 little purple boxes, turquoise boxes, 4 purple,
Yeah.
fucking hell, 4 turquoise boxes in the purple box. Okay, 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
4. Each one of those boxes has its own budget as well, so I could fit, which is good because it splits up this massive area into 4 sections. So I could pick that. Not only can I pick it up and put it in the between like the where the 4 boxes meet, I can do it on the turquoise boxes as well, with the grid where the 4 turquoise ones meet.
Oh, that's where you'd want to do it, wouldn't you?
Yes,
Keep it in the.
but it still has their own budget, and it's going to be, I don't know what it is. It's probably lower.
Ah, right. I see. So you got the budget of the
Y-
purple,
Yeah, look,
and then that gets split into 4.
yes, I'll show you. I'll pick structures,
So what you want to do is
agricultural.
put it on the
Okay, so here's
line between the 2.
yeah, here's a barn. Boop, and another barn. Boop, and some bubble. It's not doing it. Oh, weird. What the fuck? You did it before. Oh, I know why. Okay, let's put this one in. That one in. There you go. Right. Now, that section, that box there is turned yellow. The reason that box is turned yellow is because I've used 2 barns which are filled up with stuff. So all these little things, the hay, the barrel, the little signs, the fences,
Yeah.
ladders, all that shit, they all count towards the budget of this grid. Because there's 2 barns full of shit, that is full up now. I can't place any more objects in this grid.
Right.
So I've got to be careful of that when I'm building this thing. Because what I could do is I'll
But
move
if
one of
I
these
move
to
that
the edge.
over,
Yeah, just like that. If I move it over to the edge and put it on top of the line, I can now fit more stuff in there. If I do the same thing to the other one, I can fit even more stuff in there. So that's how you kind of get around things like that. It's really irritating.
you could move that back even a bit and split it 4 ways.
Yeah, yes. So you've got to be real careful when you're doing stuff like that. Because not only can you fill up this tiny little grid, you can fill up the massive big box as well, and that is an issue.
So you'd want to put that on the purple line then,
Yeah, I need to be able to
and split it
build
into
this
four.
thing. Yeah, I need to put it right there, right where the purple and the blue ones meet, or right where the purple boxes, all four purple boxes
Yeah.
meet, which probably be better because these little boxes contribute to the big one. But if I've got it in the middle of the big ones, it splits the whole thing up. But then I've still got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes that will contribute. So I don't think it makes much of a difference. But I've got to be careful because if I do run out, it means I can't fill up this with stuff. It will just be an empty shell. That's providing, of course, I can actually build the shell without running out of space. And that's the bit I'm worried about. But size Millennium Falcon, man, I mean, he's coming out. He's got fucking hundreds and hundreds of pieces, and he's doing alright. He's done that, so it's fit. He's fitted it in right in the where the boxes meet, so it should
Well,
work out
looking
okay
at
for him.
those pieces that you've got placed at the moment,
Yeah,
they don't use up as much memory.
these generic pieces don't until I come to paint them, but even then they don't use up as much as they normally would. No, but
Yeah, I mean,
I
compared to like the barn and that,
no.
you place one of those barns and it literally doubled the amount of memory that you've used
Yeah,
already.
I mean I could place 2 of those barns.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing about using the generic pieces. Okay, so that's roughly in place. So now I want to make sure this is all gonna fit. And whilst I'm doing that, I might as well move these out a little bit. So now I've got to do this all the fucking all the way along, which is a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, I just noticed something.
What?
Second one along, or it's the first one, they're not in line
Oh yeah, I know. That's
on the right
because I
hand
had
side
to.
of the slope.
Yeah, like I say, the I this is because of this hole here. The reason I had this hole here is because I was going to build out and build a little air vent and another ship outside it, the one they arrived on. I was going to put that there, but I couldn't fit through the hole, so I had to move this one at a slight angle, which means I then had to move all this side at the to match that angle, and then of course it was pissed, so then I had to move this other side out a little bit to match that side, and that's the first one I've done. That's why they're all pissed. The bottom can stay the way it is. I don't give a shit about the bottom. Nobody's going to see it.
No, it was that one there. It's not.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. I shall deal with that in a second. What I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to move out these windows to line up all the windows on the top, because then I know that they will be finished and I won't have to faff around with them anymore. Having said that, I still haven't done this side. I need to move these out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm hoping I can do them all at once. So let's try that.
Stick to doing one at a time.
Yeah, I probably should do, but that's a pain in the ass. Let me just
Yeah,
try
I
it,
know,
see
but
if it works. Because if it does work, nope. Okay, so fine. One at a time it is then. So edit the coordinates, and then I can flick it down, move it up. Oh, and then this one is the z-axis here. Alright. I can't see shit. I think that's about right. What doesn't help, there you go. What doesn't help, there you go, that's right, is the axis resetting every single time. Five, remember five, man. Slow it down a little bit. So it should be at the right angle at least, so I just got to put it out, yeah. Up a little bit. Whoop. Okay, it was four. See, doing one at a time just takes ages. But hopefully it will work. Why is there a gap still? There we go. Why do I do this to myself? I picked the most difficult thing to do.
yep.
People better appreciate this.
Yeah, but once you've got it right,
Well, hopefully once it's sorted I won't have to play about with it anymore. But that's
right,
never
you
the
see your
case.
coordinates there. On the bit you've got right, go to the coordinates, write them down, and then line all the others up to that.
Yeah.
Because they'll all be the same then on that one side.
You would have thought.
Well, they should be, because it's the same height, angle.
Mm, okay. Well, I've only got one more to do now, so on this side anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, if one's out just by a millimetre,
Yeah.
that could equal a whole centimetre or two by the time you get to the end.
Yeah. Well, that's true, but I am at the end.
I meant of the whole corridor.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know if I'm going to make it any bigger than this, but I might do. I think I will do actually, so I might add some little bits.
Because it's, as you
Hmm.
were saying to me earlier, it's all about the numbers. So
Yep.
if you write the numbers down and then you keep them all the same, it should line up perfect.
You would have thought. But they don't always. I don't know why. I think it's because they
Right, well, once
reset
you've
when you pick
got...
them up. Right, so that should be flush now, that whole section there. Apart from... see, things
Right,
like
but
that
if you click
happen.
on one, look at the numbers, and then click on the one next to it, the numbers should be the same.
Yeah, well,
If you find two that you've got which you would say are perfect,
yeah, but they're different axes. See, that says move on axis, rotate on axis, so I need to rotate it. And then move on the y-axis to move it up. Well, yeah, they're not always the same, which I think it's because I had it freehand and I moved it, and then it obviously resets every time. Which is a pain in the fucking ass, but I don't really know why it does that.
okay, right, do me a favour, click on one of them so I can see what the coordinates are.
Alright, okay.
Right. Okay. And click on the one next to it. I just want to see the
Well,
difference.
they're all lined up. I'll pick one that's slightly out of whack. Alright, this one a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay. I've got to wait a little while because there's a slight delay on the broadcast.
288.
Well, whilst you're doing that, I'm going to make a cup of tea slash coffee. I shall be.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, right. I've wrote the figures down.
Okay.
Right, now,
Oh,
if you go...
you should have told me you was doing that because I picked one that I had to move.
No, that's fine.
Are those figures the same?
Because... Right, I want you to go to the other one, but go to the same corner.
Are they? What? But this is the one I need to
Right,
move them to. This one here.
now, yeah, I just want you to try something.
Right.
Now, your X, your Y, and the Z. See, all the numbers on that one are different to the other one.
Right.
And
Oh,
I'm
we need to
thinking
make.
it's to do with the pivot point.
Well, it'll be the angles.
Yeah, but it's from where your pivot point is. So
Okay. We'll fix that.
it's like your X, if it was on 280,
Are they the same?
285,
I changed the pivot point. Is it the same on that?
I'll let you know when it comes up.
I think they're the same.
No, completely different.
Yeah.
So I think to get them perfectly lined up,
To pick the
you
same
need to
pivot point on
pivot
every
point
side.
each time
Okay. Well,
because
that's a nice easy spot to pick. So we pick that. That was right there, just above M1. Alright, so I need to match everything else to these coordinates.
yeah,
No, you dropped my thing.
because they're all the same and you're using the same pivot point on each one.
Uh-huh.
So it should keep it perfectly straight.
Okay.
Because there won't be any difference.
Ah. Oh, okay. Wrong button. Alright, so what are the coordinates? On the x-axis.
Along the X, 28128.
Okay. Well, that's what that is. Okay, what about the y-axis?
26623.
Yep, that's the same. And this one? Y, z-axis?
58,
64?
64.
Yeah, okay, so that's exactly the same. And it's not straight. So I just do it by eye. Because I don't know why that's changing.
What do you mean exactly the same on what one?
This one's exactly the same as the one I need to move it to. It's just so much quicker to do it by eye. If not a little bit fiddlier. There you go, that's all lined up. Can't even see the join on that one. Problem with doing this is I've now got a gap, but I'm going to use these air vents to cover that gap. So fuck it, doesn't matter. Hello, Puss Puss. What are you doing? What's up, my tigger? Yeah, meow.
Anyway, I'll leave you to it because I'm going to
Oh, right.
bed.
Great, thanks. Alright, man, I'll let you know how I get on tomorrow.
Yeah.
It will be probably a long night.
Mhm.
Unless I get really annoyed with
And
it and then just
I
like
will
turn it off.
catch you later.
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye. Io. Shush shush. Annoying bloody cat. Build a spaceship, I say to myself. Build the Event Horizon again, I said to myself. Be just like Far Cry 2. No, it's a lot harder. So fiddly. Oh, alright. You know what? Let's put some audio in, shall we? Ambient sounds. We got music. I do. Something to listen to, one of our fiddling things. Why is that a funny angle now? Well, that was short. Hmm. That'll be a good one to have. A little creepy. This is a horror map after all, or will be a horror map. Slash space map. One thing that did annoy me on this, in Far Cry 2, if I cut away the ground, I look down, all I could see are stars. As far as the eye could see. Now, you can't. There's nothing there, it's just black. And I guess that's the sun. That's really annoying. But nothing I can do about that. So it is what it is. Ooh, that's annoying. I do. I'm not sure I messed up any of these sides. There's something there. Shit. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. Why has everything changed? Oh, these fucking things. I go to pick something up, I move it one way, I pick it up again, it move it the same way, it goes different direction. I'm really liking this trippy ambience. Tiny little bit. Oh, I wish there was a easier way of doing this. I could use the edit coordinates, but because of that pivot point, they change every time I pick something up, and it just screws everything up. And that makes a right mess of it. Hmm. Okay. I can live with that. Still fits. That's good enough. Fuck about with that later. think that ambience is going to be really good for this map. Some spooky shit going on. Providing I can actually build the thing without running out of space. It should be possible. I did on the Far Cry 2, but I think they've changed everything since then. Every time. Where is that? Oh, damn it. Cool. Okay, so that's all of this top section done. This section's done. The bottom section can stay like it is. I think there's any major issues with that. It's a very slight different angle, but I can live with that because nobody's going to see that. So now I've got to do all these freaking windows again. Ugh. Pain in the arse that is. Let's do the bottom lot first because that's the tricky bit. And these don't have to be perfect because again nobody's going to see them unless they manage to somehow get underneath, which they shouldn't be able to do. But I want it to be as perfect as I can just in case. Yeah, see things like that. Little gaps. It's really annoying that it goes. I put it up and it starts going off at weird angles. Oh, it's going to take a while. This is the days when I used to smoke weed. I can roll myself a little doobie and I'll be doing stuff like this for hours without getting bored. Alas, no more. As I've quit. is that? All pissed. What? That don't make no sense. Ah, it's because of that. Hmm. Hey, you know what? Hopefully this way. Clone a little section. Or at least all be at the same angle. Same level. There's a gap. Which one? Yeah, this one. Okay. That's this one. Wait a minute. Okay. Huh. Well, that might be a problem with that later, but we'll sort that out when we come to it. No, no issue. Cool. Sweet. Okay. Ah, you fucking ass. Alright, do the hard way. Thought, why did I shouldn't have deleted those other ones. If I knew it was going to be a bitch, I wouldn't have done it. I don't know why when I clone things, it all goes weird. It's really annoying. Speaking of annoying, Nobody's gonna fucking see it. Remember, nobody's gonna see it. Oh man. Why? Why the gaps? I really missed the snap tool. They never should have taken that out. Ubisoft are a bunch of fucking idiots. Most useful tool in the whole map editor, and they take it out. And now we've got to do things by eye. Slowly. I'm just going to have a roll up. Now if I can pull this map off, it will be pretty stunning. Just looking at it will be pretty good. But that's if I can pull it off. Building it's one thing. That's going to take a lot of effort. In my last one of these I built on Far Cry 2, there was a whole hell dimension that I built underneath the map. And I used a thing called an occlusion block, which basically made anything behind it invisible. You just see space, in this case, stars. So I lifted the ship right up into the air, then used the occlusion blocks around the entire map to hide the ground, because back then we didn't have a hole tool. The advantages of that is when you're in the ship, you look down and you just see space, but if you drop down at the back, I had a big hole where the black hole generator thing was for the engine. You ended up in the ground, and I built like a weird hell dimension down there. And then I fabricated an elevator to work your way all the way back up to the ship. It was a really nice, quirky kind of map. Lots of little techniques, advanced techniques that a lot of people haven't built or used before. A lot of that I can't use in this. Don't have any occlusion blocks, which means I'm probably not going to be able to build a hell dimension without people being able to see it. I don't have the stars underneath the map anymore, so that's shite. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but I've got a lot more stuff I can play about within this ship itself. A lot more lighting effects. There's some really cool mist effects that I could use. There's a lot of cool stuff. So I'm hoping that'll make up for the things that I can't do. But we shall see. Well, this lot down here, I have to keep reminding myself, doesn't need to be perfect because nobody's going to see it. Unless I make, I don't know, I might make a little platform to get down there. I know my friend Snell likes sneaky little bits. This would be sneaky. I mean, there's going to be a walkway here, so you could probably sneak underneath here, put some epoxy mines underneath it. He's a sneaky bastard like that. So I thought about building a few different space horror ships. I thought about the Nostromo from Dead Space. Thought about the Aliens ship, which I forgot the name of. You fucker. I used to remember the name of that, I can't remember what it was called. So I settled on Event Horizon because it's one I've built before. It'll help me get my foot into fabricating things again, because I've never been that good at it. And the only thing I've got I can do is the fact that I've got patience enough to sit here and fuck about like this. That's creepy noises. Let's try this again. Oh, shit, it worked. Actually worked that time. Let's speed it up a little bit. Nice. Yeah, spread it up a lot. That's what I don't get. I don't know why some things do that weird Frankenstein thing and others don't. Doesn't make any sense. If I knew what the problem was, it wouldn't be too bad. I could probably fix it, but seems to have stopped doing it now. Yeah, there's an issue. So this bit is basically, if anybody does get down there, or do decide to make it all the way down onto this bottom section, you would have got something to stand on. Oh, it's going to be tight. Right, well there you go. You've got it's not perfect, but Don't care, because this is going to be above it. Nobody's going to see it. Unless I, you know, do that thing. So now that the bottom bit's done, I've got the fucking top bit to finish. Then these bloody things, walls, because they're a little bit. I was saying that, I think most of them are actually alright. Oh no, big gap. See, I don't need to worry too much about them. That's the one I fixed. Those little rivets sticking out. So if I pull this down a little further, let's say line it up with the bottom of that. Make sure you can see the rivets. Line there, there's going to be a gap there. That gap. Back a little bit. It's the bottom bit I want to see, not the top bit. It's going to get covered up. By these things here. As you can see, I've got a massive fucking gap because of this. I had to extend that out a little bit so I could walk through here, because that was the thing. Pretty annoying thing, but I fixed it. Alright, so let's do the top bit first, and then we'll faff around with the windows underneath. I can't see anything, that's not good. Actually, I'll save that just in case I won't be doing that shit again. Okay, so let's get some light. Jesus, that's bright. Why is that so bright? Is it supposed to be that bright? Why is the sky like that? Ah, there we go. That's better. Weird. Now I can see what I'm doing. Alright. fuck has it got? Why's it doing that? This thing's got so many fucking bugs, it's unreal. More bugs than a fucking termite nest. Alright. There. Fuck off, stop doing that. Annoying. If I can get these two perfectly lined up, hopefully I could just clone them all the way down. Nope, of course I can't. Because that would be too easy. Alright, fuck it. Oh, it's gonna take forever. Alright, okay, so that's going to be pissed all the way down, I see. No, maybe that's going to be right. Why do I do this? Why? Why? Any of them, I want this one to be perfect because people can actually see this. So I'm just going to line them all up and see what we got. Oh, Ubisoft, just give me back my fucking snap tool. That's all I want. I'll be happy with my snap tool. That's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck off. I hate this. I absolutely fucking hate it. Such bullshit just to place a fucking window in. Yes, of course it's the last one I do. We do all this at once. Okay, at least you know that's not perfectly straight. Fucking mess. Okay, fuck you then. Let's do little sections. Uh-huh. See why the others do that weird thing. And these don't. I don't have no idea. Absolutely no idea. I don't know what is going on with it. Thought it was a pivot points. Turns out that's not it. I don't know. Fucking arse. Can't turn that off. Why would I be able to turn that off? That would be useful. Probably a million things wrong with this, but as long as it looks okay from the inside. That's fine, that will do. So hopefully, let's go from here. I'll be able to just clone all this lot. Move that across a little bit. Okay. I think there's any major issues. That's good. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fuck it. I'm just going to see the outside. That'll do, I think. I don't like the way that's so pissed. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. Right, so now these platforms, I need to make sure that they're not a fucking... sticking out anywhere. Oh, damn, that actually works. Oh, no it didn't. Of course it didn't. Why would it? Two by two. And hopefully 4x4 will also work. Yeah. Ah, fuck off. That is not right. Okay. This is going to be tricky. I need to make sure that's perfectly level, which it isn't. Nearly though. Alright, so that is it's either a little bit too far in or a little bit too far out. In, out, in, out. Oh no, I've lost my lighter. So shit like this that pisses me off. I can't perfectly level it up, so when I get to the end there's going to be a massive gap. Right, that's okay. Oops. Sorry about the blue screen, didn't mean to do that. I could try to... No, why? I mean... Fuck you. Okay. I wonder what time it is then. It's just, every time I go to clone something, it's just like, no, fuck you, I ain't doing it. Which means I have to do every single tiny piece by hand. And for a project like this, it's... I mean, you just don't want to do that. It's near impossible to get everything the way you want it without cloning things. I don't know whether it's a bug in the system, what it is, but it's really fucking annoying. So let's try it again with this one. Whoops. Okay, right, so it almost works. At some point there's going to be a problem. Unless I miraculously manage to level it perfectly the first freaking time. It's not going to be far off. Oh, you know what? I might get away with it. Huh. Looks like I got away with that. Alright, let's test it out. Apart from that little bit, the floor looks okay. There's a gap there. Need to fix that, which probably means that there's going to be another gap somewhere. Maybe not. No, okay, let's go fix that gap. So the easiest way of doing that is to pull this end down. So I'll pull this end over. Yep. Fucking that's irritating. Hmm. Why? Who is it? The more I look at that, the more it looks fucked. And there's nothing I can do to fix it. Especially as I cloned the fucking thing all the way down. You know what, fuck it. It's rustic. Okay, so that's that done. Just got the windows to fix now. The sides. Okay. That's not in the right fucking direction. Cunt. Why does that one? Why is that different from the others? Oh, that's why. Okay. Fucking hell, something that snaps. Good God. Who would have thunk it? So this should be relatively straightforward. On the line, with the rivets showing. Each one of these things is fucked. I don't know how I've managed to get this slightly out of whack. Ever so slightly. But it has, somehow. Don't know how that happened. But it is what it is. Oh, that happened. Anyway, that's not what I'm doing. These stupid fucking windows. Oh. Huh. Why is that so fast? Make sure I can actually cover these things up. Is that going to snap? Nope, of course not. And why would it? Because it's a cunt. Right. here comes another problem. If I leave this out like that, I'm not going to be able to get through the door. That'll be the next damn thing. Oh, fuck off. You're so annoying. So very, very annoying. Okay. So that now has to join that. Yeah, because that's how fast I want to move. Jesus, whoever thought this map maker up should be fucking taken into a little dark room and shot in the face. There's no way they would ever dream about using this bullshit to build a map. Alright. No. Okay. Alright, so let's save that because I'm on the way to the odd part's done. Now it's just fiddling about with all the stupid little finicky bits to get it all level lined up. Ceiling can fuck off. Every time I look at it, it just annoys me. But screw it. Don't give a shit. I think this should be long enough. Well, I might make it longer. I'm definitely fixing that ceiling. That's not good enough. Yeah, that's just not. It's not good enough. Look at that middle bit lined up. I'm gonna go take a pee. I'll be back in a minute. BRB. fuck. Alright, so one thing I do want to turn off is the theme. I thought that just plays once, twice, once, and then it stops, but apparently not. So to make it creepier, I'm just going to have silence with the ambient. I think that looks good enough. See if this works. There might be an issue with it. Okay, let's go with this one. Huh. Okay. I'll put these in roughly by eye first, and then I'll go back and fix them properly. So now they'll be there. I can fit them in and I'll tweak them. Afterwards. Okay. Hmm. Okay. They all seem to be. Okay. Oh yeah, I can live with that. That'll do. Right, let's see if I can duplicate that. I don't know if this is going to work. Hmm. Why is that? Hiding in here? Mm-hmm. Fuck you. I'll do. Ah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck fuck me. Of course it does. Well, there you go. That's that side finished. Finally. Save that. Right, so all the windows are straight. All the vents are in. Now I just got to straighten these windows and copy that over on that side. God, this will be fun. Especially as this is a different fucking angle to this side, because this is... Oh no, I slowed that down, didn't I? Okay, well, let's see if we can do it. Should we do a little gap? It doesn't matter about the gaps, because that's what the vents are for, so... Last time I built the Event Horizon, it was on Far Cry 2, way back when. And we didn't have windows like this. So all I did was leave a big gap. Well, I say big gap, it was a little gap that you could just sort of see out of, but you couldn't get out of. All the way along. It worked really well. I was considering doing that in this, but I found these things and quite liked them, so I thought, screw it, why not put some windows in? Sort of wishing I'd left it. Didn't bother. What pain in the arse. Well, hopefully it will look better with them in, as opposed to without them. What I do have to do before this thing gets too big is position it right so I can build it without running out of space. objects. I think I might do after I've done these windows. Weird that these are overlapping now. Motherfucker. Good job I did this now. Should have done it right at the beginning, really, but it's so shit that you can't pick up massive pieces without doing this. So many shitty things with this map maker. Unnecessary. I don't know why I can't pick these up. Oh, maybe I can. Bullshit. That's a bullshit. Hmm. Okay, save that. Save. Ooh. Let's check I haven't lost anything. I don't think I did. Okay, so what I was doing there was I was repositioning it between these two purple lines. There's one purple box with 4 blue boxes in it, and one purple box on the other side with 4 blue boxes in it. These are your object memory, I suppose. You can only fit a certain amount of objects in a big purple box, and you can only fit a certain amount in a little blue box. So by doing this, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes I can use. I may, if I run out of space, have to pick the whole thing up and move it to this section here. But we'll go with that first because I've got a big back end I want to do on this, and another big back at the front end, and that's going to be in 2 purple boxes. So I put it there like that, so we shall see how that goes. It does look a little bit short to me. So I don't know what I might do. It's a little bit untidy this end, but that's fine, I could sort that out later. So these windows are done, I think. So now I just gotta take this, put it on this side. Now I could try duplicate the whole thing, but I don't think that's gonna work. Very surprised if it does work. Only when I forget 80–90% of them. I can fix the rest. Looks like I got most of them. I missed 1, 2 over there. So now I'm gonna swing this whole thing round. Oh, you bastard. Knew that was gonna fucking happen. Alright. So it turns out I can't do that. Let's do it the hard way then. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, you fucking cunt. Fuck off. Okay. I'll do the same again, roughly put it in. Then I'll fix it when it's in. Okay. I think I can... No.